What's up, guys? Welcome back to ManCave Collectible Reviews, coming at you this week with a figure review. Today we're going to take a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last RONIN unarmored version from NECA. So this is a brand new figure. I haven't really seen it hitting big box retail shelves yet. I did go and find this at a friend of ours, Selfish Comic and Toys in Concord, North Carolina. However, I will put a link down in the description where you can go and pre-order this guy if you haven't already. So there are going to be two versions of him. There's going to be a unarmored version, which we're going to look at today, and as well as an armored version. I will have that review when that one does release. So let's just jump right into this packaging. So very nice box art on this. We have an image of Michelangelo on the front there with his brother's bandanas, as well as some broken katana there from Leo. He's all bloody. If you've not read the story yet, you really should. It's a fantastic story. I did have some mixed emotions throughout where I feel like they could have did some different things to make it better. However, the concept of the story is very, very cool and kind of pulls on your heartstrings a little bit throughout. Flipping around to the side, we do have a little bit of that actual comic book artwork here. We do have Mikey in his armored suit. And then as we flip around to the back, we do have product images there of Mikey unarmored, as well as a little bit of a write-up here, which I'll bring in and you can pause. If you've not read the comic book yet, this will give you kind of a quick breakdown of what we're dealing with. And on the other side here, we do have a little more promotional artwork. Now, as all NECA figures pretty much are, it is a flip open box there. Product imaging here on the left side of the open flap, as well as a fantastic view here of the figure and all the accessories that he comes with. You can see I did pay $34.99 there for him. I think that's probably pretty close to retail. If not, it's $1 or $2 off, but that is the price that I paid. Let's go ahead, let's crack this guy out of his packaging and see what we got. All right, guys, we got Mikey out of his packaging and onto the review table. Let's run through the accessories that this guy comes with. So the first thing we do get here, we get a grimacing head sculpt here. We get a little bit of teeth shown in there. He's got some of those kind of dark spots across his skin. So the difference here in these two head sculpts also is your bandana is kind of, you know, flying in the air, where the one that he comes without a packaging is kind of relaxed there across his neck and his shell. You can also see straight out of packaging here, we do have two fist hands. We do get a pair of flat hands there, just open palm. We get a pair of weapon holding hands, and we get a hand that would be, well, you could use it as a pointing hand, or I'm assuming it also maybe could somehow be used as a, you know, if you were to hold the sai kind of in that fashion. So you could, you know, kind of play with, you know, this hand a little bit. And jumping right into the weapons that he comes with, we got Raphael's sai. Looks really good. It's got a nice silver paint job there on the blade, and then on the handle, a little bit of brown there for the wrapping. He does come with his nunchucks there. You can see that is actual metal there for the chains. And then just really nicely painted handles there on the nunchucks. He also comes with this nightstick. Now, I don't remember in the comics, and granted, it took so long for this series to come out, and actually, you know, the first one came out, and then it was many months later before the second one, and so you kind of got lost in the story a little bit, and I didn't really do a good job of going back and reading the prior issue. So there's a lot of things I just don't remember about this book. There's a lot of things I do, and there were some good things that I enjoyed and do remember about the book, but then there's a lot of things where little details that I think I lost because it was just so much time in between each issue. But there was a nightstick, and I don't remember if it actually explained, you know, why he adopted this as one of his weapons or not. You can drop a comment down below if you do have an answer for that. But got a really nice nightstick, painted in a silver with kind of a black wash there across it. And I won't show all these here, but he does have 4 of these little spikes that he used there. And as you can see, they are super small and very easy to drop, as I just did. So you do have 4 of these, and we'll have to see. I'm not sure if there's anywhere actually on him for these to rest or be stored. I don't see anywhere right off the hand. That looks like you know, you may just have to be really careful with these to make sure you don't end up losing them. And he comes with a little pet here, M112. Very nicely sculpted, very nicely painted, pretty much painted all the way throughout. So he looks really good. There is your comparison for size for him. He's pretty small, but he looks awesome. And then you got the book. And the book looks, again, very nice. It does not open. It is sealed, sculpted this way, so can't open it, but it does have a very nice paint job on it. All right, so that is our accessories. We're gonna go ahead and bring Mikey in for a little bit of a close-up. So we'll bring him in here. You can see this head sculpt, just kind of a stoic face. I really like this head sculpt here. I like them both, but pretty much the same outside of the bandana in the back, and then you can slightly see teeth on the other one. So, it just kind of comes down to how mad do you want your Mikey to be, and then obviously, do you want him to kind of look like he's standing in the wind there. But just a ton of detail on this guy, a lot of different sculpt work all throughout the shell, the arms. He's got all kinds of scars throughout. The muscle tone is done very well. Now, I will say this right here looks very odd. So you can see where he goes from bicep to elbow and forearm, and that is a very odd look. This is so thin and so skinny, the arm is, transitioning from that bicep area. Now, what they were trying to do, obviously, was create, more articulation in him, because there is this massive gauntlet here in the wrist area and the forearm area. But I'm going to say that just has a really, really strange look to it. I mean, you can comment down below, let me know what you think, but not a good transition. I mean, there is a lot of, gappage right here. That's new to me. I don't recall that they've really done that with a turtle before. Or, I don't know, maybe even is mine missing, like some elbow pads there? I'm not 100% sure. But that is just a very weird look, in my opinion. To me, something seems to be missing there. So let me know down in the comments below. But then you got your belt here. You do have some areas to store weaponry. As you can see there, you do have a couple different ones. If you flip around to the back, you've got one there, one there. The shell, very nicely painted and detailed. Got his cloak, whatever we want to call this here, coming all the way down, painted in kind of a bluish color. Does have the two different knee pads on, which is pretty cool. This is more what we see as the traditional one. And then a little different one there on that side. Feet look really nice. Got the toes painted, toenails painted in there. Everything looks really good. Really nice base on the bottom of these feet, so he's going to stand up real well. You're not going to have to worry about him falling over. He is kind of a bigger figure. I would say, definitely 7 inches, if not a slight bit larger. But yeah, just a great, great looking figure. Lots of detail there on the gauntlets for this guy. We'll go ahead and run through a quick articulation on him. As far as the head, we can get that head up to there, down to there. Not a whole lot. No real tilt, but you can, obviously he'll turn, the full 360 there. All right, getting into these shoulders. And get him up to about right there without a whole lot of stress. He does have the complete spin in the shoulders, being there's no armor up top. You have no problem getting those arms all the way up and around. Lots of articulation here just below the bicep. Again, that is a double joint in there, but that's about as far as you're going to get it, just due to the size of the arms of the gauntlet. You got spin at both the gauntlet. Oh, let's get my finger out of the way there. Spin at both the gauntlet and, as I said, at the bicep area. And then right here in the wrist, you do have up, your tilt up and down, as well as the full spin there. We do have, kind of feels like he's sitting on like a ball joint there at the waist area. So you get a decent amount of range of motion, but you're not going to get a whole lot of bend forward and back with that. And then I was trying to see, it kind of looks like right in there you get a little more, but it doesn't seem to really be moving for me very much. So we're not going to call that articulation. Get the legs spread out to about right there. We can kick up to about right there with no problems. We do get a swivel at the top of the thigh. Double jointed knees there for him, so you get about that much range of motion. No swivel in the calf, and then lots of ankle articulation up, down, side to side with your toe pivot. So decent articulation. Again, kind of a bulky guy, so not going to be able to do a whole lot of dynamic posing with him, just due to the bulk that this figure is. We'll go ahead and bring out some other figures to kind of show off some size comparisons here. All right, so just to give you guys some size comparisons here, we've got the newly released Universal Monster Mikey, as well as the first TMNT live-action movie, Mikey. And then to offer a little more size comparison by branching outside the NECA world, we got Super 7 Ultimates Mikey and a standard 6-inch Marvel Legend. All right, guys, and my apologies. One big miss I had here. I actually forgot to pull the katana out of the packaging. So he also comes with Leo's broken katana. So you do not have the other end, the other piece of the katana, but this is very well done. It's a broken off katana, painted silver, handles painted nicely, a little gold there on the hilt area. So it looks really good. So again, we can, stash these away however you see fit. You've got multiple options to store that. So now one thing I was kind of looking at, there's not really one to store the nightstick. So I thought maybe this one right here in the back, it's a little bit bigger than the other ones, but it was really stressing it to try to put that down in there. So I'm thinking maybe there's not a particular one to store the nightstick in. So just keep that in mind. Be careful. You don't want to break off, your storage areas there. All right, guys. So I went ahead and just kind of loaded him up with his weapons so you guys could see that. Because there we got the nightstick, the sai he's holding on to, Leo's sword there, and then the nunchucks do fit really nicely right there in the larger size compartment. So that leaves you one more here that you can, put something in. However, the daggers that he comes with, they're not going to, hold in those. They're so little, they're just going to fall right through. But yeah, just a really great looking figure here from NECA. Makes me really excited to get the armored version as well. Not sure when the release on that is. If you do have that information, feel free to drop that down in the comments below. But that's just a quick overview here of the new NECA The Last Ronin unarmored version of Michelangelo. Go check this series out. Again, link down in the description if you want to pre-order this guy. It is definitely a recommend from ManCave Collectible Reviews. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Always drop those comments down below and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend. Until next time.